Talking about publicity and damage control. Okay, we were talking about damage control.
Yeah.
And you know, how involved were you with Kenner at that point? Did you guys have to confer pretty frequently on things that he was going to be doing and showing up and doing?
I had to confer with Kenner quite a bit. Some of it, I liked, and some of it I didn't like having to do. For instance, I had to do all the research on C. Dolores Tucker. A lot of people don't even know this, but I'm the one that found out that she was a slum landlord back east. He had, what's his name? Whose brother's an investigative guy that was doing some of the investigation, but I had to follow through on a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I did, even during Snoop's murder trial, the Waldemarian trial. Kenner had, I used to have briefings from Kenner, and also inform Kenner, how the press was leaning.
So you were involved with Suge then,
Oh,
with the
Suge's
whole
trial
with
as well,
with
and
the whole
Nate
beating.
Dogg, Nate Dogg, God rest his soul. I mean, Nate Dogg just couldn't stay out of trouble.
With the Orlando Anderson thing? Yeah, well, yeah, he's with the Orlando Anderson. Were you involved when Suge was catching the case on the Orlando Anderson thing?
Yeah, oh, indeed, I was there every single day.
Well, can you talk about that, or is that something?
Well, the whole thing was just, silly, because I feel like that this is the one time, and I used to treat Suge as though I have a son the same age as Suge.
Mm-hmm.
That he should have known better. I think he put himself in harm's way by getting involved in that little brouhaha. But, it was one of his close buddies. One thing about Tupac, as much as I love Tupac, I used to tell him sometimes, man, you're becoming a puppet. Because a lot of the stuff that Tupac would relay out in the for press and in public was coming straight out of Suge Knight's mouth. But he felt as though, since at that time he was involved in this and making that money, which was what he was really all about anyway, and the reason that he was there, we know that. I mean, if you see when we went away to the desert to do California Love, he's holding up the money and saying, this is what it's all about. When I had him on the cover of the New York Times magazine section, he insisted on having money in his hand. I said, for this, Tupac, I don't think I want this. I had Suge in the little braids and a little French tam. Snoop, Suge in red, and Tupac, I got him this really great leather vest. He liked leather vests. He had one, I didn't like it. I got him one that was really great. And the bandana and his jeans and so on, but he insisted on having this money in his hand. I think he's stooping down in the picture. I can't remember which one we used.
Where did the red suit come from? Was that Suge's idea? Death Row?
That was Suge's
red,
idea. It was not my idea. It was Suge's. He showed up with that, and he had it made. That was a bespoke suit. Most of Suge's clothes, of course, is bespoke because he's big.
Mm-hmm.
They're not from the rack.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a bespoke suit. He spent a lot of money on that suit. Yep.